Welcome to Pridetime. I'm Gilberto Pineda. Are you a dreamer? Do you have a product, a concept, an idea for a business, but have no idea, no clue what to do to get that business started? From dream to a reality. Well, sit tight because Ian Andersen of Ignition Tank is here to tell us how his company can help the LGBT entrepreneur take an idea from the drawing board to the showroom floor. First, let's hear from some of the individuals that helped the HRC celebrate 20 years of serving and advocating for the equal rights of the LGBTQIA community here in St. Louis and nationally.
Rights campaign means a lot to me. I've been volunteering for the organization for about 10 years now, and it means a lot to know that there's an organization in Washington, D.C. that's really looking out for the rights of all LGBT people.
I know that when we need help locally, they're here, but they're out on a national level, they're speaking for us every day, and they're making sure we're being heard.
What HRC means to me is I have a voice not only locally, which I feel myself very much a part of, but nationally.
I've gone with HRC to the offices of senators and congressmen and spoken with them. They have a voice. They know these people by name. They know we exist because of HRC.
There are lobbyists that go to Capitol Hill every day, every week, to meet with representatives to make sure that our rights are protected.
Receiving the Individual Equality Award meant the world to me because I had worked long and hard in this community, giving it a voice here in St. Louis.
I love the gala.
It's really weird to think that it's been 20 years.
I think this evening is great. This is an opportunity with our 20th year here in St. Louis to really honor those that have been a big part of not just HRC, but the LGBT community in general.
Congratulations once again to the staff, the volunteers, and supporters of the HRC on 20 successful years of serving our community. And for more information about the HRC and the programs that they offer, go to hrc.org. And now, Ian Andersen, welcome to Pridetime. I'm so excited that you're here today because you're talking about some serious business ideas and something good that you can do for everybody in the St. Louis area, but specifically to the LGBT community. But let's talk about Ignition Tank. What inspired you to start Ignition Tank?
Well, first, thanks for having me. Ignition Tank is really the brainchild of my business partner, Dan Lohman, and myself, a company that we formed about 6 months ago to start our own startup businesses. We had all these ideas we've been talking about for years that we wanted to do, but didn't really have an outlet for them all. And so we decided to jump in and create this company which really houses a lot of shared services like marketing and accounting and administrative services to help support ideas and startup businesses so that we can help them succeed on their merits, not because we couldn't get to one thing or another. So we have a really strong team that we put in place that work with all of these different ideas that we had ourselves and working towards making them a success. So that's where the idea for Ignition Tank originally started.
And now that is the umbrella.
Correct.
And now you're branching off on your first part of that umbrella, I guess.
Yeah,
a concept that you started, you're offering a space too. Tell me about this.
Right. So as we really got into the entrepreneurial spirit, and we did a lot of networking with various different groups around St. Louis, the LGBT community included, and seeing what was going on, how could we get involved, what's going on here. And we were looking for office space. We came across this great building down at 1500 Washington Avenue.
Okay.
6,000 square feet, which of course was way more than we needed for our own offices. So we decided, after having really spoken with a lot of these people.
We can see the building.
Oh, good, good. Well, we've been doing a lot of work down there ourselves, and hoping to be open, you know, in mid-November. But we decided that the void in St. Louis, really, for a lot of entrepreneurs or people with really, really good ideas, is that they didn't have a place to go.
Okay.
You know, they were stuck working from their couch or at a, you know, coffee shop or something like that. A lot of the people in that pre-business idea mode didn't have a really good place where they could go and they could work. They could bounce their idea off other people. They could participate in workshops. We'll have classrooms and different types of tools that'll help people sort of move their idea along, and you know, and hopefully to a successful business.
So this concept, it's you supporting an entrepreneur that's coming in. Just let's say instead of having to go to the library or something, you're going to offer this space, but not necessarily an office.
No,
right?
It's actually a big. It's going to be a big open floor plan.
Okay.
There's going to be some lounge furniture. There's going to be some workstations. We're going to have some shared little clusters where smaller groups can get together, and it's going to be really nice, cozy, warm feeling, but with all, you know, modern technology you would want, from Wi-Fi to monitors and, you know, just across the board, along with a few private meeting rooms that people can use as well. To take their meetings if they're bringing people in from the outside.
And also conference rooms and places where you can actually meet with clients, right?
Correct. And and we're actually sourcing some old phone booths. So if you want to go have a private phone call somewhere, you can step into the phone booth and do that.
One of those British
yes,
style phone.
exactly,
Oh, that's
yes.
going to be exciting to see. Inside the building.
Yes, inside the building. Yes, we're not going to make people go outside.
I like that. Maybe you got Superman come in, open up
we
the
can
door.
only hope.
Well, listen, why is it so unique of a concept?
You know, I don't know that the concept is unique. I think it's unique to St. Louis.
Okay.
You know, we've seen in other cities, usually larger cities like your New Yorks and Chicagos of the world, where concepts like this are really popular and have really helped spur on the momentum for entrepreneurs and startup communities. But what we really have seen also, just from our own research here in St. Louis, is that there is a huge part of the community, LGBT included,
yes.
that are really underserved in many ways as far as this is concerned. There are no places for people to go unless they want to go sit at a noisy coffee shop. If they have an idea where they can go, they can get that support that they need to really get their idea, walk through their idea, talk to it with other people, talk to people who've done it before, and have the experience in launching businesses.
And the good thing is that it will be an environment which will be inclusive.
That is correct.
And non-judgmental, so any idea, any type of lifestyle, it's
absolutely.
going to be welcome.
I think the only requirement we have is an idea, and it doesn't even have to be a good idea.
There you go. But you know, hold that thought, because we're going to talk more about this concept that you're introducing to the St. Louis market, and especially inviting the LGBT community to be a part of it when we come back from break. Okay? So don't go away. We're going to be right back with more Pride Time right here on STL TV. Experience St. Louis. Welcome back to Pride Time. I'm here with Andersen, who is the president of Ignition Tank, and we're talking about this great concept. We were talking before about this idea of helping the entrepreneur, and obviously I want to talk more about helping the LGBT entrepreneur that may feel a little bit intimidated or not as welcome in any other environment, and this is a unique space, a very welcoming environment.
Yeah, I think one of the things that that we have from our own experiences. And I've traveled all over the world, and I feel like through that and many other experiences, I've been able to take in so many different points of views and ideas that come from, you know, the strangest places, no matter where you are. And we want to really promote that type of atmosphere. And I think the LGBT community has so many creative minds with great ideas that maybe, whether it's because they're a little nervous about, you know, stepping out in the public, or just don't have a place to go to share these ideas and get them off the ground, we want to give them a place where they can do that and feel included in everything that's going on. And
it's so important to understand that, like, I mean, me being a Hispanic, I get this. There are environments that I'm more attracted to,
Sure.
because I feel like more welcome.
Uh-huh.
And it could be something as simple as somebody, you know, looking at you in a way that you might say, like, well, they're really not welcoming me. So
Right.
your concept is to be inclusive even of the LGBT community.
Absolutely, and I think we're in a really, really good space for this as well. As you know, with younger generations now, they bust right through these barriers, and maybe the ones that are a little older, you know, have grown up around. Even if we don't embrace those and we want to get away from that, you still see it maybe in some older generations, even if they don't really want to feel that way, but they've kind of grown up with all these different stigmas and barriers, where I think we're in just a great place right now. And actually, I think St. Louis is a great place for this, where the younger people, you know, in their early 20s or late teens, or even into their late 20s and in the early 30s, really just don't worry about any of these things. And so we want to keep promoting that and keep, you know, things getting better and better and better, so everyone can really come together in an inclusive and cohesive manner, and, you know, make the world a better place, obviously, but also have an outlet where they can work together and really build something special.
I like that concept of Ignition Tank, that it is not about, it's about the idea. It's about the possibility of what kind of contribution you can give to society, whether, you know, through your business idea, and you help them, doesn't matter who they are.
Exactly.
And where they come from.
And what we've done, you know, we have our own experience and expertise, and obviously we have some in-house services that people can, you know, they can come ask us a question, or we can help them with their business, you know, all depending on what people are looking for. And obviously there'll be like-minded folks in that same space that maybe, you know, they've experienced some of the struggles or growing pains that people have when they start a project or a business. And so we want to bring all those things together and really make it a better place for everybody, and a better environment for people to be really successful.
So it's kind of like a think tank in a sense, where you're also mentoring. I mean, is that one of the services that you're offering to?
Yeah, that's right. You know, we are planning on bringing in both mentors, guest speakers, do various types of workshops that are really geared towards helping these people get their ideas going and get them flowing. Along with that, just basic things when you start a business. You know, your legal entity has to be set up the right way. Your accounting systems, you know, administrative services, all the things that nobody wants to think about, and it's not really sexy or fun. But if you're going to have a successful business, you have to have all these things in place and do them the right way, and that's where we can really help folks as well.
It is necessary, and guess what? We have ran out of time, and we could talk forever about this concept, because I really believe that everybody has an opportunity to contribute something really positive to society, and this concept with Ignition Tank, it definitely, it's going to be one of those.
Well, I appreciate that. We're really looking forward to getting started. So hopefully people will give us a chance and come check out our space.
And it's going to be right there on Washington Avenue.
Yes, 1500 Washington Avenue. 1500
Washington Avenue. And once again, Yen, I want to thank you. And don't forget, at home, if you want to get in contact with the makers of Ignition Tank and find out more about this concept, just go to their website. It's ignitiontank.com. And Yen, once again, thank you for being. Great success.
Oh, thank you.
With this incubator, think tank, everything.
Whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you want to call it right now, that you're doing right now. And don't forget, the time for equality, it's now. This is Pridetime. I'm Gilberto Pinella, and keep it right here on STL-TV. We have more with Ian Andersen of Ignition Tank, so go to the web for an extended interview.